Okay, everybody, this is my last video that I'm gonna post. I, for the first time this whole time, I've been doing all this stuff and saying all this stuff. Never doubted myself for a second. Not 1 second did I doubt myself. And today, here I am, doubting myself because my memory's shit. I haven't had one person give me a thumbs up, say, hey, Carl, you might be wrong. Nobody has said a freaking word to me, other than a couple of people who have been there to talk to me. And it is a very few. So here I am, doing the exact same thing I'm bitching at you people about. Being scared and not wanting to do something because I'm unsure. And I shouldn't feel this way. Like, I called the ministry. Whether I'm right or wrong, they should do a full investigation. That's all I'm saying. Why is that wrong? The reason this is my last video is because I promised I would do a video on the system that I wanted and the system that they gave to me. So, because I have a hard time with things, I write them on boards and stuff like that. So what I want to do is show you guys the scenario in which, when we came back from the COVID leave, this was the scenario. We fired 3 or 4 of our very few people that we had with knowledge. They let them go. We had new people every day. We were short people every day. We were already behind coming back. Inventory was way off due to new personnel and not knowing what they were doing. I used to have to go around and count the whole shipments. Like, for a couple companies, I'd have to go and count parts to make sure that we could ship them. And the inventory adjustments were constant inventory adjustments. They had it so we had to do all these operation changes to bypass the system because they didn't want them showing in a certain line or whatever reason that they took hours away from us a day. We were short shipping every day. We didn't have enough team leaders, group leaders, production, maintenance, and lift truck drivers. I can prove that. They posted all their stuff all over to all these temp sites. We used to rent from another company. So I'm going to get into the system here. If I'm a little off, I'm sorry. If any of this is wrong, I'm sorry. And I will freaking get on my knees and ask for forgiveness from everybody I've talked shit to. I will get up. I will apologize. But I had the right to speak. And if this is the way I had to do it, then this is the way I had to do it. So I'm going to start with coils. When you do order coils, sometimes the material only ships on certain days. Also, when you order coils, there's also sometimes a min order that you can have. Okay? So I'm just kind of setting the scene here. What I wanted to do with our system was use lead times. The problem with our system is that our lead times took in Saturday and Sunday. I wanted those eliminated. That way you could have proper lead time days. So if you were supposed to have something on the Friday and you told it to be to have it 2 days before, you could have it on the Wednesday. So you could have your coils coming in a couple days before you need them, rather than being loaded up. So what we used to do before we went with the system we went is that we had inflated lead time numbers to get around not changing the system so that the weekends wouldn't count. I mean, it's software. You can get it to do what you want, right? I don't know. I think that. So I'm going to go over here. This one here is not my way. I created a bill of material for something that I know that the company would never make, and I didn't really give part numbers or anything, but I gave part names. So here it is. This is a grinder. Okay. You may think that it doesn't take that much space or anything like that. Okay. But a bill of material is, I'm saying that there's 4 pieces to this. So there's the handle, then there's the top, and then the middle, and then the bottom. So that is a bill of material. Basically, it's like a salad, whatever you put, like whatever, it's the recipe that goes into something. So basically what they wanted to do was the finished part would have a 2-day minimum inventory on it, which I did agree with. I did agree with this, but I also said that you can't accomplish this right away because of the scenario that we're in. You do it this way, and we run parts that we don't need for shipments. Because you're building extra inventory. A min of 2 days is 2 days worth of inventory. So if you haven't got enough for that day, you shouldn't be worrying about parts that are like 2 days away. You should be worrying about the parts that are needed for that day. So part of the bill of material here is the handle. So in order to build the handle, you need a coil, right? You're gonna stamp that out, right? So what they do is they put a 2-week min on it, which drives the coil to have enough to build this min. Okay? So if the min is 2,000, once the inventory for that handle goes under 2,000, it will also trigger to run the handle. Or have steel for the handle. Also, and on the coil, I don't think they put anything on there. I suggested we didn't, but the top part painted. So there's a painting process in order to get that grinder green. So what they did is they put a 2-day minimum inventory on that. So you're creating more inventory again for really no reason, because if they stop ordering this grinder, all of these mins are still driving us to get coils in. So I was at the top part painted, the 2-day min, and then the top part bare. They'd have the 2-week min, which would drive the steel to have 2 weeks worth of steel, even if there were no orders in the system for those coils. I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that a part like this that takes 4 parts, that's 4 different coils on the floor. Okay? And if you have to keep building a min, especially maybe if you don't need those parts, that doesn't make sense to me. So my way, like I said, I wanted to take the Saturday and Sunday out of the lead time. which you could have your coils come in 2 days before you need them or whatever. What I didn't explain over here is the bill of material. When you put a lead time in, what it does is it works backwards. So this lead time here would drive the handle to run, and then the lead time here would drive the coil to come in. So basically what I wanted for the finished grinder, I wanted to have a lead time of 1 or 2 days. So it would drive the handle to run 1 or 2 days before I actually needed to build it. All the time I'm trying to catch up to this 2-day min that they want. But only when I can. Because I don't want to short ship, right? I don't want to short ship. So that's why I do that. So again, I have 2 or 3 day lead time on the handle, which drives the coil to be in 2 or 3 days before we need it. There's no extra on there except for this 2-day min, which is in the system. So you are guaranteed to have 2 days worth of parts. So if something's going wrong, it's still in the system telling you that you need it. It just, a good scheduler will be able to work around that. And again, it's the same thing with all the rest of the parts. A 1 or 2 day lead time on the painted. 2 or 3 day lead time on the Bear, which drives the coil. Like, I don't know. Would somebody please let me know what I'm doing wrong? Like, I haven't been trying to do this for me. I did those videos because I was wound up, because I was not heard. And it takes forever to get any sort of information. Yeah, I went to the MOL to see if I could find out. If I send them a $5 check, in 30 days from now, they'll let me know. I'm sorry if I'm right and this causes way too many coils. Isn't it at least worth investigating? Isn't it worth investigating if this eliminates coils? But no. Nobody can say a word to me. All you want to do is say, don't do it. Well, give me a reason not to do it. Tell me I'm wrong or something. But no, you don't. You just sit there and watch my videos and giggle and laugh and think it's freaking hilarious. I'm sorry. I can't even believe that I have guilt, because I tried to get this in. I tried so hard for so many years. And they all laughed at me and turned their back on me. So if I'm wrong, like I said, I will apologize to everybody. And this will be my last video. Again, I'm sorry if I hurt anybody, but I think we all have the right to know what's going on. Why should I be sitting here being frightened and scared again? They did it to me again. Like, again. Like, bye, guys.